Hey DTLPers, it's been a while since we connected, but in light of everything that's going on right now, I think that there'd be no better time than now to talk about movement function. Now, what do I mean by movement function? Well, what is the movement designed to do? And that's the question we should be asking when we're looking to scale or modify movements in order to try and get the similar response or stimulus. So, for example, we have a kettlebell swing. Okay, what is the movement function there? Well, in the trainer talk, we have a flexion of the hip, extension of the hip, lower body, and then we have an upper body pull to an overhead midline stabilization where the shoulders are balancing that weight over your head. And then you bring it back down and we repeat, right? So we have that. Now, how do we replicate that at home without a kettlebell? Well, you could do something as obvious as just grabbing an implement, and I've been using this 25-pound bag of rice here from Costco, and you could swing that overhead. Now, I tried to do this earlier where I grabbed the top of it, and I tried to stabilize, and it didn't go so well. I'm going to give you guys the pleasure of seeing this. Looks like this. Oh, and you can see that if you go just 1 degree that way, it's hard to recover from. But you could just grab it from the side here and do some kind of clean and jerk where you're almost bringing it to the shoulders and putting it over your hip, because we still have the hip drive and we still have the pull and the punch. Now, that's an easy one. Grab something that you can replicate a kettlebell swing with. But what if you don't have that? What do? Well, think about what the kettlebell does. It really burns out the shoulders. It's a little grippy, and we've got some extension and flexion of the hip here where we're driving the power through the hips and the hamstrings and the quads and the glutes to get the load overhead. It might be that you have to completely break those movements up. So something we've been doing at our gym is just a hip bridge. Okay? Simple hip bridge. So we're still getting the extension and flexion of the hip where we're here, pop, pop, pop. And if that's too easy, you could always just do a little hold at the top and a slow and controlled down and squeeze and hold and back down. You could even do something like a good morning. Ooh, we did those yesterday. And if you keep your legs real straight, you're going to feel it, body weight or not. But then how do you tax the shoulders? Well, that's really up to you. But a good scale might be a plank. Okay, it could even be a handstand hold on the wall where you go in 10 hip bridge, 30-second hold 3 times, kind of replicate something like 30 kettlebell swings. You own the middle there, but the point of this little video is just to talk about movement function and asking the question, what is the movement designed to do? Again, for the kettlebell, hip flexion and extension, we got a little pull, we got a shoulder burner, and then the last piece there is the heart rate. How do you get the heart rate up? There are a million ways you can do that. And if you do these things as fast as possible, you'll get there. So even though it might not completely replicate the movement, look at the function and try to emulate that as best possible. And that's really all you can do. So if you have any questions about this, shoot them in the comments. If there's a movement that you would like us to discuss to help scale in home or with a minimal equipment or even at the gym in general with all the equipment, please let me know.